All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the SRPC39K1. These watches have affectionately become known as the Mini Turtle. I think that's the way they were actually sold and pushed out there by Seiko. And as this title suggests, size matters. I mean, I think the biggest reason that Seiko made this watch was because of the popularity of the re-release of the SRP 7 series, the 700 series. These were super popular watches. One of the biggest problems everyone had with the watch was the size, the overall size of the watch. It's a big watch, comes in at 44 millimeters, I think it's 44, 48, and 13 and a half. So a lot of people with smaller wrist size were just having a bit of a problem with this watch. It's quite a bit bigger than a standard SKX. And so I think Seiko did what they do, and they listened to their customer base, and they came up with this watch. This is affectionately known as the Mini Turtle. Now, right off the bat for me, there's an obvious similarity in these watches in the fact that they have this cushion-style case. But aside from that, I think the watches are quite a bit different, and I kind of want to get into those differences. And that, aside from the size, So just touching really quickly on the differences, you guys can see the indices. They've done quite a bit of a change to the indices. Over here, you've got kind of your more standard indices setup that we're used to, the round plots on the indices, and then the extended indices here at the 3, the 6, 9, and 12 position. I guess you'd say the 3 o'clock's actually a day date. This is actually a 4-hour-36 with a day date function. There's a 4-hour-35. Same movement, basically, just this one only has the date wheel there. So you can see the difference in the indices. Handsets, pretty much exactly the same setup on these. Bezels are definitely different as far as the knurling on the bezel goes. This has your more traditional coin style bezel compared to the newer style here. This is like all Seikos. It's a 120 click bezel, and it's a really nice bezel. Works really good. Locks in nicely as most Seikos do. And it lines up pretty good. Slightly off there at the 12 o'clock pip, but really, actually for a lot of the Mini Turtle videos I've seen out there, this one lines up really good. Also, besides the day date difference, this has a Cyclops there at the 3 o'clock position for the date, as you can see. And they've moved the crown from the 4 o'clock recessed position to a non-guarded 3 o'clock position, which I know has given some people some heartache. They're not really excited about that. I think it looks pretty good. Typical, screw down crown from Seiko. Works really good. I always tell people when you're working these screw down crowns like that, before you screw them down, always go like half a turn back and then screw them to get those threads set. So let me give you some overall dimensions on these watches really quick. Difference from the regular Turtle. So you're looking at a 42 millimeter case from side to side. From lug tip to lug tip, you're looking at 43. Wow, this watch is almost like perfectly round. And then you're looking at 13.6 on thickness. And just for comparison's sake, show you guys what the difference is in the size of these watches. So yeah, you're looking at 40. Get my gloves stuck in there. You're looking at 44 points. I mean, these are big watches. The standard Turtle is a big watch. I can see why it gave a lot of people heartache with that, or heartburn with that. 47.6. So it's 48. Fairly compact, and then 13.1. So it's actually, this one seems to be slightly thinner, but I just kind of want to get these two watches next to each other and show you guys here. This watch, by the way, I forgot to mention it, this watch is on loan from the Chris Marshall channel, or Marshall Time, he's calling it now. And thanks, Chris, for loaning me this watch. It's nice to have these side by side and kind of compare the two Turtles. Definitely different, definitely a different watch from Seiko. I think they're going to really have some good success with this watch because the fact that so many different people have been wanting to own a Turtle, but this is just way, way too big as far as the SRPs. So now you have this option as far as getting a smaller one for you guys. So I just kind of wanted to get the watch on the channel. I'll go ahead and get it on the wrist here in a minute, and we'll do a loom shot. Go ahead and show you the back of the watch. Now this is a Pro Specs watch. You have all the standard Pro Specs logos there on the back. Air diver, your serial number down there. 200 meters, of course. And similar on the dial there, down there at the bottom. You guys can see your Prospex logo, automatic and divers 200. These are, of course, ISO rated divers watches. Very cool. Drilled lugs, polished along the bottom of the case, brushed on top as they've done with all the Turtle series. So definitely a good looking watch. I'm going to go ahead and dim the lights here, guys, for a second, and we will get a wrist shot and a lume shot of this bad boy. All right, guys, get out the big old flashlight here. Let's charge this thing up. This is typical Seiko lume. I don't think any of this is going to really surprise you guys. I mean, glows like a torch. I mean, my other one does too. The other Turtle glows really well. All Seikos, they've just done really good on their lume. They've kind of mastered the lume thing. So that looks really good. I have a 7-inch wrist, guys, so that gives you an idea of what this watch looks like on my 7-inch wrist. Okay, get the lights up here. Okay, like I said, that's the watch on my 7-inch wrist. So this is a 42 millimeter case. It looks like 42 by about 43. Very round little watch. Looks cool. Let me show you something really quick. Show you the difference just in case you guys are wondering how different these watches look on the wrist. I'm going to put on the standard SRP39K1. Now this is on a metal bracelet, so it might make it look a little bit bigger, but now that's the 775 on my 7-inch wrist. And quite a bit of difference. I mean, it is quite a bigger watch. I don't mind it. I have a flat wrist, and I think I pull this off just fine. I don't think it looks too big on me. Now, opinions are like, yeah, you know, parts of the human anatomy. So if you guys don't think it looks good, that's just the way it is. I'll still wear it. But I like them both. I think they're both cool watches. So this is, we just wanted to take a look today at this little guy here, the baby Turtle, the SRPC39K1. And thank you to Chris over at Marshall Time for loaning this watch out. Alright guys, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks guys.